Let me show you a couple of really simple things that I added to the grotto, which is going to make my life easier, keep me from feeling like I did something really stupid and bonehead, and keep me from damaging the grotto. Okay, so what I did was I added these bump stops. Really simple. They're just bump stops. They're small. These are a little bit smaller for like a small car, a little Hyundai or something like a Honda. These are just small bump stops. What I did was I added them to the side of the grotto or to your trailer, one on top and one on bottom. That way when the door opens, they actually hit the bump stops instead of slamming against the grotto or your trailer. We don't want to damage the door nor the trailer. And if we do damage it, it's going to ruin my entire vacation. So these are the kind of things that I'm looking at. I bought 4 of these bump stops. It cost me $1.99. I have Prime, so it was free shipping. Really simple, something that you can do. I suggest it. And well, heck, when I take this out to the beach, there's always a lot of wind on the beach. I park near the dunes. And I know that if I go to open this door and a gust of wind hits it, it's going to slam the side of the grotto. We don't want that. We don't want to damage the door nor the grotto, so I put bump stops. Something simple. I use double-sided tape, and it should stick fine. I've actually asked a couple of people who have done something similar, and they use double-sided tape. It's probably going to stick fine without a problem. Although, since it is a bump stop, you can actually put a screw in here and or a bolt. I like to use bolts instead of screws. But I can drill straight through the grotto with a real thin screw or bolt, and then just tighten it up, and it's not going anywhere either way. But I put the first 2 on 3M double sticky tape, and they should last. And if it doesn't, well, I have 2 more. If these blow off on the highway, I have 2 more, which I will actually put little holes inside of the grotto and put bolts inside. So it's just one little tip I wanted to give you. I'm getting the grotto ready before I go out there on my first trip. I'm not doing too many large mods to it. I'm just doing just enough to make my trip a convenient and fun trip. Another thing I did today was to add a divider in the tongue box. I have the battery on this side, which is probably about 85 to 90% of the battery box. And then of course on this other side, I put a little divider so I could actually keep a couple of things in there, such as the wheel chocks and maybe a couple of other smaller items. Let me show you a close-up of it. So as you can see, I just took basically scrap wood that I had laying around the house. That's the easiest way to save money, and that's what it's all about. And I could have put a couple of wheel chocks in here. But you can see the batteries over on this side, and that's where I have most of the electronics. So remember, if you don't want to damage your door in high winds, try and put some stoppers up there. Real cheap. I think it cost me $2 for $1.99 for 4 of those stoppers. It was something really inexpensive, something easy to do. I'm going to come up with some more tips here in a few days. I'm going to do a couple more things to the grotto, and I'm going to show you what I did so you can kind of get an idea. Maybe you might want to do that to yours. So remember, go out there, spend time with family and friends. Life is not a rehearsal. It's only a one-way trip.